I think now is a nice moment to get started. See Emma already anxious to get the presentation on the way. So welcome everyone. Good afternoon. This meeting is being recorded, so if you don't want to be on the recording, then please don't turn on your camera. I'm Barry from Bitmetric, and today we want to show you a bit more about mail&deploy. We've been partners with mail&deploy for quite a long time, and we've originally partnered with them because they provide a great alternative to end printing that's slightly cheaper as well. So Dutch people like that. But beside that, especially in the SaaS era, it's become more important because end printing, as it is currently, does not function on the SaaS environment, while mail&deploy does. So we have hybrid clients who are having an on-premise and a SaaS environment and need to do reporting across both of them. And in our opinion, mail&deploy handles that brilliantly. So today we want to show you a bit more about that and discuss some of the use cases. So we've invited Emma Camacho of mail&deploy to give you an introduction to mail&deploy and a demonstration. So with that, Emma, I would like to give the floor to you. Take it away.
Thank you very much and welcome. Thanks for the joint webinar. And yes, let's start. And precisely what Barry was saying, end printing is a dead end. It's announced. They are not doing any more development. Migrating to cloud. And what about reporting? Well, yes, but Qlik Reporting is still very limited. So we have mail&deploy to support you in all your reporting use cases. Just a little bit of history. We are working in reporting since 2008. In those days, it was only ClickView, only email, and only PDF. So since then, there's a lot of things going on, Sense, cloud extensions, third-party extensions, etc. And we are based in Vienna, Austria, and here is a handful of customers, and maybe you recognize this one. Good. So what do we want to do? Well, do you want to give Qlik users the possibility to push a button within the comfort of your dashboard and request reports on demand? Or do you want to give them the possibility to export dashboards or objects, but not only in Excel or PDF, because that you have already in Sense? Do you want to trigger tasks? Let's say that you send a monthly alert to people to see if they met their targets or not. But you know what? I don't want to wait till end of the month. I want to start it right now. Or do you want to give the possibility to your suppliers or to your customers, that is people that are not in the organization, do you want to have them the possibility to request Qlik-based reports from what we call the mail&deploy hub? So note, important note, they might have never seen a Qlik ever, because these people don't need a Qlik license to get a report on demand. Do you want to send email notifications when the salespeople didn't meet, or yes or not, the target? Okay, you can have it per month, or the normal classic reports every Friday at 2 a.m. in the morning, send your weekly report. That's the classic reporting. Or do you want to be able to request or give the possibility to your users to request reports out of your CRM or your portal or I don't know what, where you have already all the list of customers, and you can press a button in your browser and say, I want the report now of this customer. You can do that with the API. Very good. So enough of PowerPoint. Let's check out a little demo. 35 minutes, because I want to leave time for questions and answers. Okay, and what we are gonna do is, we don't even have to read this. You will get this PDF, okay, per mail. So let's start the show, okay? Good. So first of all, this is the management console. This one is running in SaaS. All our SaaS instances start with a company name, mail&deploy.com. Emma Camacho, that's mine. Good. And this is a perfect partner of the Qlik Cloud. So this is my instance in Qlik Cloud, mail&deploy, Qlik Cloud. Okay, so this one is connecting to this one. Well, but wait, maybe you're still on-premise. I will show you the on-premise version of mail&deploy. This is the on-premise version of mail&deploy. It's in a server of mine. So this is a local host. It is an on-premise version. And as you can see, it is copy-paste from the SaaS. Okay, so if you learn to use the on-premise, going to the SaaS is almost transparent. There's nothing else to learn. Now, talking about going from on-premise to SaaS. So we have the use case. People have their on-premise. They have Qlik Sense client managed, and slowly they are moving to the cloud. So we have a way to support that, whereas we could say deployments. Well, first I have to add a new profile. And look, my profile is SaaS, the name of my profile. There is my host. Remember, we saw it in the other window. And when I'm ready to start publishing reports from my on-premise to my SaaS, I will use one button, create deployment. I don't know, report one. What do you want to send? Well, I want to send the report one. I will press OK, and it will be sent here. Okay, it will land here. In the on-premise, in the mail&deploy on-premise version, it will be connected to a SaaS, to an Qlik Sense server. But this one, it could be already in a SaaS app. Good. Perfect. So that's the management console, on-premise and SaaS version. Deployments, we saw already. Workspaces. What's workspaces? Workspaces, similar to the streams or the spaces in Qlik. Number one, to have everything very tidy. Number two, and most important, authorizations. Who is able to see what? Well, the group sales reps are able to request the sales rep analysis report. The regional manager group are allowed to see the regional report. Okay, so that's the story about the workspaces and authorizations. Next would be data sources. We are in version 3.4, just released last week. And not only we support Qlik Sense, we also support other data sources. New ones are Snowflake and, wait a minute, BigQuery. And we had already Oracle and SQL and MySQL. Of course, without the beauty of the associative engine. Okay, if you want the beauty of associative engine, you will have to first make your app that grabs all the data from your databases to use the associative engine. If you just want a table, then you can connect directly here. Good. In our on-premise version of Mail and Deploy, we, of course, still support Qlik View. Okay, in the other one, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Okay, just for your information, I would like to know. You can chat, please, because I am curious. If somebody's still using Qlik View, please leave a note in the chat. That's just for my curiosity. Okay. Perfect. So next, reports. How do we design the reports? That would be the first thing to do. So I connect to my data sources, either to on-premise or SaaS or any of your SQLs, and then you will design a report. Let's open one. Let's open this one. This is already done. I am also curious. Sorry about this. Please leave a note if you are using now and printing, and you are thinking, oh, I want to go to the SaaS. That's why I'm checking other alternatives. Please write it in the chat. This is for my own curiosity. Thank you. Good. So this is a designer, and why is this designer better than other options in the market? Well, first of all, we have the possibility to have more templates for one report. There you go. And Mail and Deploy will, on the fly, concatenate or merge, you can say, the reports according to your recipient. Okay, so I call them chapters. So you could organize your report in chapters, and then the recipient can say, oh, I want chapter 1 and 2, I want chapter 3 and 4. And here the beauty is that you only give maintenance to one report, and not having all the combinations and permutations, and when the chapter 2 changes, you have to change it in 50 reports because it includes this chapter. This way you can have them, you can have one only instead of having many. Good. What else is good about our designer? Well, conditions. This condition is, this condition property is everywhere. Everywhere in Mail and Deploy, you will have condition. So you can decide, no, I don't want to have this report if sum of sales is less than 100. Or you know what, this this chart, I don't want it because she's not allowed to see the revenue. I will put it here. You see? So everywhere is conditions everywhere. That's another quality or feature from Mail and Deploy, the conditions everywhere. What else? Formatting of tables. If you are using Excel, you could use the conditional formatting of Excel. You could do that. Or if you have your ClickSense app beautifully with all the conditions and backgrounds and whatever, you can also use that. But what if you are using a Word, and in Word you want something very specific for your report? Well, then Mail and Deploy gives you the possibility to customize the tables, and you can customize it till the last detail. So you can customize all of these. So practically you can customize everything, background, borders, padding. And let me show you. You can keep the original. Keep original means you get the format from Qlik, or a constant. You say, the size should be 9. Or more fun would be an expression. I will answer the questions later, okay? You can have expressions where you can use all of this information that mail and deploy gives you. For instance, the cell value, I don't know, if it's odd or even, so you could do this gray, the stripes, the typical stripes, gray, white. You can have how many rows are there, how many columns are there. So all of these are expressions that you can use and therefore do whatever you need. For instance, I want to have, whenever there's totals, I want to have it orange. Okay, but you could do cool stuff like this report, the recipient is, I don't know, product group cheese. This is a demo from Qlik, and they're talking about beer and wine and cheese and all these products. So you could do that, say, okay, do it for and market, highlight. You can do that with mail and deploy. Now, I am running a preview here. I can decide to run it as a Word, as an HTML, or as a PDF. In this case, I run it as a Word because I want to show you this. So I decided I want to have my totals line in orange. But as I said, you could say, you know what, mark this one in orange because the responsible for the cheese market is receiving this report. You can do that. Good. So that would be about the designer. I read one of the questions. Is it possible to import and printing reports? And because I am here, I will answer that now. There is no one-to-one migration tool, but you can import a template. So what you would do is export it from Mprinting as an Excel with all these IDs and stuff, and then you will import it in mail and deploy. The cool thing is that Mprinting will have something like this with tags where you can say, this is an ID of a tag. I will copy paste it. I will look it up in my executive dashboard. That's the wrong copy paste. Sorry. And then you can then import it into your report. Nah, the copy paste is not working. I don't know why. There you go. That's this one. Okay, and you will bring it to your report. Okay. Good. So, and then it will land here, and then you are done. You don't have to do anything else. So you do have to get the IDs, and you have to bring it into your report in order to include it in your mail and deploy report. Very good. Good. So that would be the designer. When you are happy and super happy with your report, then you can go to the next step. The next step is, I want to deliver it. I want to deliver it. How to deliver it? You can deliver it using automated tasks that will run every selected days of the week. In my case, I don't have it active because otherwise it's gonna spam me every time. But for instance, this report is running or should run every day, every weekday. Okay, so you can do that. You can have automated tasks. You could have an extension. We will come back to the extensions, or you can self-service using the hub Let's go to the hub. And this girl, she is a sales person. She's a sales rep. And remember authorizations? The story about the authorizations? Well, this girl, she is a sales rep, so she is allowed only to see the sales rep analysis report. When you request a document, she can only see her data. But she can, not only the one from last month, but also from, I don't know, 6 months ago, 3 years ago. Another question to my curiosity, is anybody using Newsstand? The ones that are using M-printing, are you using Newsstand? Because this is the replacement for Newsstand, where Newsstand is very, how to say, limited. Only people inside the organization can use it. And exactly, only people, and you can have last month report. In our case, it is parametricized, so you can send parameters. I don't want last month, I want last year. In fact, I want from 10 years ago, my report. So that would be the plus. And you can say, hey, Amalia Craig, when she logs in, she can only see the Amalia Craig information, okay? So you can also define this with mail&deploy. Very good. So we said automated task, the extension, and the hub. Of course, there's also the possibility of doing it via a portal or I don't know, CRM, or I don't know. I don't have an example of that, but that's the fourth possibility to interact with mail&deploy. Very good. So how do we manage the recipients? Very different from M-printing. So we do not manage the recipients in the database from mail&deploy. We do not. The users here are the people that need access here, okay? Or need access here. Now that I'm back here, the colors are customizable, so you can put your own corporate identity into this mask. That's why we have it here blue. Okay. Good. So those are the ones that need a user, like really need a user for mail&deploy. The emails, many people are just an email or a SharePoint or I don't know what. The recipients of the reports, those we will manage in Qlik. So thank you, Qlik, for the associative engine, and we will manage them in what we call a supporting app. Now, this is my executive dashboard. This is this is the classical Qlik app demo, and where I am creating all the reports, and I want to send them to my salespeople or to my regional managers. And in this app, in fact, you could have it also in this model, but it is not common, or we should not put all this extra information about delivery and about, I don't know what, into this app, because this app has a purpose, right? So it is cool to have another app where you have this distribution intelligence, or where you will save all these settings. So for instance, well, all of this will be sent to all these people have the same email address, but for instance, some of the guys and girls, they need their report in their, how to say, favorite day of the week. Today is Wednesday. So mail&deploy will do, what day is today? Wednesday. Okay, filter Wednesday, please. And just like that, I have, thank you, Associative Engine, I have a list of sales reps that mail&deploy should process this day. Okay, and just like that, Imprinting would need 5 tasks to solve this super small use case. And let alone if you want to add all these ones. For instance, I want to have, some people want to receive a mail, but some people want to receive a link to a SharePoint, and some people don't want to receive anything. So all of this is stored in this supporting app, and you can then have one task that manages all of this. I will show it to you. Check it out. Tasks, this one. So it looks like a little program or a list of actions. We call them actions. The actions are all of these ones. We have many, and every build there's more coming. It is like a wizard. It's filling the blanks. So you have, yeah, what should you put? And in this case, remember we said filter the field, day of the week. This one, day of the week. Filter it to in which data source? Well, in the supporting app. That's this one. Filter it with what? Well, with the day of the week of today, which brings back Wednesday, and then cycle. Cycle which field? Well, this one, the sales rep name, this one. The applicable. So thank you, Associative Engine. I will filter the day of the week, and then I will cycle only through the applicable sales rep names. And then I can test the flags. Remember these flags? And I can say, do you want a mail or do you want a link to a SharePoint? Yes. Well, then create the report, send it per mail if I want to receive it per mail, or send a link to a SharePoint place. Okay. If you had to do it with the imprinting, you need, I don't know how many, 20, at least 25 tasks to cover this day of the week, plug email and SharePoint, all these combinations and permutations of possibilities. And I want to show you this one as well. The monthly target, okay? The monthly target will cycle the sales rep and will do this. Data source, which one? Well, executive dashboard, what? Expression, which expression? Well, sum of sales, okay? Is less than which data source? The supporting app, what? Well, a field, which field? Monthly target. Monthly target is here, okay? So, as long as you keep both apps synchronized in sense of they, who was it? Bima, I think, Bima. This one has nothing. You can then make this kind of operations, okay? You can compare one app to the other one. Of course, you first have to be sure that you are filtering in both apps accordingly, okay? Now, you say, what is that? Well, because we're going now to the extensions. You can self yourself in the comfort of your dashboard. You can say, well, I want to get the report of Amalia fields. Let's say that I am the team leader. I can see all the data, and I want this report now. So I will press the button, and because we are admins, we can come see and spy. What is he doing, right? A normal user won't be able to spy, but I want to show you this. Step by step, what is he doing? Okay, that's important. If there's an error, we can check the errors. Let's go to the calendar. Everything is green. We can then say, aha, what happened here? Ah, there's something going on here. Let's check out this red one. Okay, double click. What happened? Ah, something happened. Aha, okay. We have the motto, more info is better than less info. So you have the nice error, and you have the whole stack trace. So if there's a problem, you will copy paste this one and send it in a ticket, and we save time. Ah, it finished. Let's look at it. There you go. So we have Amalia, we have charts, we have tables, and we have pivot tables. Mail&deploy supports pivot tables. They look like pivot tables, so they look pretty without doing anything. Good. Going back to here. Okay, so this is very visual and very visual, red and green. But what if I want to know the how many have failed in the last month, percentage, blah blah blah? So of course we use Qlik. So all these entries are stored in a database, which then you can load into a Qlik app, and you can then say how many have been on demand, how many have been blah blah blah. I don't know, this one was failed, and when did it fail? The login was incorrect. So that is helpful. Good. So going back here, so we tried this one. You can also export, I don't know, this table. Not only in PDF or Excel, I want to have it in Word, because then I'm gonna use it in my, I don't know what, so I can put it in Word. Yeah, only this one, yes, very nice. And yes, not only in PDF or Excel, you can have it in other formats. Oh, wait, it landed here. Hi, come here. Come here. There you go. And interesting, let's say that I am the regional of Americas, yes, or yes. And then I'm like, wait a minute, I want to send these two guys, or I can use this one. I want to send all these guys. I don't want to wait till the end of the month. We have 14th of February, and these numbers are not so good. I want to trigger the alarm. Remember the alarm I showed you? This one, the one that runs monthly. That one with checking out if it's less from the monthly target. This thing is already beeping that I'm getting emails. Let's look at it. So, sales amount, the monthly target, thumbs up, bravo. But I can see this one. This one is below the monthly target, and this guy gets an alert. These guys get a success. Okay, so that would be the trigger alarms for in the comfort of your dashboard. Good. So my cheat sheet, I am done with all the things that I want to show you. I think I managed to do it in 35 minutes because I want to leave time for questions. Perfect.
Thank you, Emma, for a wonderful presentation and making it so fast.
Oof. Did it.
I think at this moment we'll take questions. Mireille, do you want to do the honors?
Yes, sure. Let me give the first question. Just scan through it. Hola, Emma. Is it possible to import in-printing reports?
I think you covered that one.
Yes, it is possible to save it from imprinting and then to import it from in mail and deploy. But I have to be honest, there is no migration tool. You do have to research the objects, put them in the mail and deploy report, but all the fonts and logos and cover page and footers and all this and the space and the columns are already imported. So it is a good way to start, not to start from scratch. Yeah, that's a good question. Thanks.
Next one from Martijn Korter. In printing, we can cycle over reports. Is it possible in mail and deploy to cycle over, for example, year and to receive separate reports for each year?
Thank you very much. Yes, it is possible. We have two things. The imprinting jargon is one, and the mail and deploy vocabulary is another. So we do have, for instance, the repeaters, where you will repeat the value of a dimension inside one report. So, for instance, the regional manager will get a piece of each of the sales reps from this region. That would be number one, repeaters, we call it. On the other hand, we have the cycles. The cycles, and I guess that's the question, the cycle will be, for instance, I want to cycle all the regions, and each of the regional manager will get the data only of the region. So I am the manager of Americas. I will only get the Americas region, okay? And then the Europe will only get the Europe. So mail and deploy is doing the filtering. Is that the question answered?
Yes, but with years instead of regions, but it's the same concept.
Perfect. What?
Great. Next one from Thomas. I hope I pronounced this right. Duringer. Are there extensions for the buttons in Qlik, or how do I trigger a mail and deploy, like the on-demand in printing?
Thank you very much. Indeed, these are the extensions of mail and deploy for Qlik. SaaS will also, which also work with Qlik Client Manager. Okay, so these ones are included in your setup file. You can install them as a normal extension, and you can then put your connections and all the I send it on all your should connect to this task. And the cool thing, I didn't mention it, thank you, is you have remember conditions everywhere. Conditions everywhere. You can hide it completely, this button. For instance, a normal sales rep should not trigger alarms, but the regional manager should be able. So you can hide it. And then you can also teach how to use it. If you didn't set all these things, it will say, please select one region. one fiscal, and you teach the user how to use the buttons. I hope this answers the question.
Let's see. We will
see a thumbs up here. So
that's doing great. Kanyasani. Hi Emma, does mail&deploy take into account filters applied in Qlik?
Yes. You mean mail&deploy takes into account filters applied in Qlik when you are using the extensions? Yes. The report and the export will take the current selections and pass them to mail&deploy. The alarms, on the other hand, they are not designed to because the tasks, remember, they could run every month. Then you will have to send as parameters, and that's what I did here. I have a parameter that is sales rep name, so I know that I have to send the alarms to these guys. So the selections are not all of the selections are transferred, only the ones that you defined to transfer. Oof, that's a tongue breaker. I hope that answers the question.
Next one from Danielle Wilkinson. Can you split out the mentions into tabs on a spreadsheet? Example, one tab per week, thanks.
Yes. Yes, that's the repeaters. We call it repeaters, and in Mprinted it's called pages. That's when you do a new worksheet per value. And levels is one on top of the other. You have to see the camera because I talk with my hands. So please check the camera. And levels, it goes one on top of the other one. That would be, and mail&deploy supports both.
Perfect. Next one from Gozia, hope I pronounced it right. Is it possible to make a dynamic filter like user company or username so it will create report with restricted data, or we need to put the filter with its company to each user?
I exactly don't know what we are. Yes, you. For instance, now, maybe I'm not understanding the question correctly, or the use case is more complicated, because here I am saying, send me a report for this. So I am restricting the data, and Asia manager will receive only Asia information. And but well, maybe that's better understood in this one, because for instance, Amalia Craig, I can say she is responsible for baking goods. Amanda Honda is responsible for dairy. So when I'm doing my cycle, I would say filter the sales rep name Amanda, but on top of that, set the other filter. And you can set as many filters as you need. Okay? Yeah. Ghostia, I hope that answers the question. If not, please contact Bitmetric and arrange a meeting with them, and they can follow it's the further questions, because maybe this one is
certainly
difficult to
go back.
Good.
Perfect. Kate, next one. The questions from Kate. From an infra perspective, we have a multi-mode set up in Qlik, and then Imprinting sits on top of this, but has multiple engines to balance the load. Does this application use only those resources from Qlik Sense, or if it has its own resources and load balancing?
Oh, wow, cool. So mail&deploy is one server, okay, one service running in a server. By the way, this server or service can run in the same machine as Qlik Sense or Qlik View. Well, I saw people are still using Qlik View. It can also run in the Qlik View server, or it can run by itself in a machine by itself. How does mail and deploy grow? So if you start having a lot of tasks, the way that mail and deploy grows is in the number of execution, parallel executions. Okay, it will take advantage of the server and it will distribute the task among the cores of the machine. And you will start with a standard edition, which has one. If you are sending emails on Fridays at 2 a.m. in the morning, that's perfect. You don't need more. If you have more loads, then you will say, I think we need five the parallel executions because my night is coming shorter. I have to finish all the reports, and I have to send so many that I have to put my tasks in different cores. Not only the task. If I say, remember these tasks? Wait a second. I have here five tasks. Okay, and I can say, all of them should run at 9 a.m. Mail and deploy will put each one in a different core. But inside the task, you can say, I want this task to run in parallel inside the task. And I can say, you know what? I want to have 5 jobs. So each region will be processed by a different core. So that's how we will grow in mail and deploy. Perfect.
Okay, it says clear. Thank you very much. Next one from Thomas. I didn't quite understand the supporting app. Do I have to create it, or is it included as an empty click?
A very good question, and you are not the only one that is asking this question. People are like, oh, may I use this one as a sample? Well, I can send it to you, but you are in charge. You are I don't know if you have to distribute it to sales rep names. Maybe you have area managers, or you have city managers, or you have, I don't know, you have your own dimensions where you then gonna in my use case, I wanted to have this Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Maybe in your use case, it is, I don't know, I want to have it the 5th of the month, the number 5, or I want to have it in day 17, or so. I can give you this. This is an Excel. It was, I put it in Excel and then I uploaded it to Qlik. But at the end of the day, it is your model, and you know what you need to put in your model. I hope that's clearer, Thomas.
You can still get a copy of the app if you really want to, right?
Yes, of course I can send you this Excel. And just because we are now. Remember the story about the templates, about the chapters in a report? Mm-hmm. For instance, Amalia, she wants to get all the chapters, you see? And thank you, Associative Engine. As soon as I know that she's Amalia, the one receiving the report, I can already know that she wants, and I can tell Mail and Deploy, use this field to know which template she wants. There are some other guys that want, I don't know, this one only wants 2 chapters. Remember the hub? Remember, maybe you didn't notice, but I used the account Qlik in this one. I will remind you this one. I used Qlik, that was the username, okay? And I know that Qlik, the account Qlik, should only see Amalia Craig. That's her username. So when I press this button, she can only see Amalia Craig. So everything is going to be administered in one place, which makes it very easy without limits. Okay. And printing, you have some fields and that's it. And here you have universal amount of fields because that's a Qlik app, and Qlik doesn't, you cannot use more than 5. No, you can use how many you want.
Yeah,
Good. Another question?
Very, very flexible.
Yes.
That's what we love about it as well. Are there any more questions?
That was the last question. If anybody has any other questions, please, you can still drop it in the chat, and then we'll just get back to you even after the webinar.
Yeah. So thank you, Emma, for the demonstration and answering all these questions. And thank you all for attending this afternoon. We'll send you a full recording of this webinar later, so you can look back all the wonderful things that Emma showed us. If you want to try a free trial, reach out to us or respond to our email that we'll send you with the recording, and we'll get you set up with a free trial. If you have any other questions, then don't hesitate to reach out, and we'll gladly answer them for you. With that being said, thank you very much for joining today, and we wish you a pleasant rest of the day. We'll keep the session open for a minute or two, just in case there's any last-minute questions. And otherwise, feel free to drop off, and see you hopefully at the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.
You, ciao.